What is up, Farm Strong Front Line and Team Grit? Get a couple crossover. I went. I didn't. What did I do? Special. I went on the Team Grit call and introduced pipelines, and it was a big hit. And in our team, we've been talking about it for a while, getting them up and operational. A lot of us have goals to get them flowing for next month, which is Team Cup, which is very exciting. So first things first, if you're not on a Team Cup team and would like to be, let me know so I can help get you placed. Ria's been on Team Cup before. Michaela and Kirsty will be there first time. Susan and Jennifer, have you ever, are you on a Cup team? Have you ever been on one before? Maybe. Well, if you have,
I want to be on one. I don't know if I'm going to be or not, though.
okay, we'll get on one. We'll if you want to be on a team, we'll make sure you get on a team. Just Team Cup was the month. So my first ever Team Cup. I became a coach in April and I did pretty well. Went to Summit, and it was in July. And then my first ever Team Cup was in August, and that's when I kind of realized that, wow, like I can actually be a good coach. Like I could do this. Like I was placing, ahead of some really, really big names, and it was really fun to take a stand for your team. And what could you do in a month? For at least a month, could you hang with the Melanie Mitros, with the people there? And it was just really like, okay, I did it. I don't know if I can do it forever right now. I'm still really new, but I could do it for a month. And I learned a lot. I came together with my team, and really it was like the moment it tilted for me. So I hope you guys all experienced that with Team Cup, and then there too. And one of the biggest reasons of how to be successful in Team Cup, like how do you think like, wow, I'm gonna go for the region thing, or at least for that the summit workout with the celebrity trainers and the photo op. You have to believe you can. I think the number one tip that I have on how to really be successful and how to go to the top ranks of the leaderboards is you just believe that you can. And a lot of us, if we're going to do the same thing we've always done every month, maybe we score high enough where we could hang that high, or maybe if I do everything that I did this month, I'll probably get about the same results I did last month. And it's not enough to hang out in the upper echelons. But a lot of us are like, wow, we're starting to wrap our brains around this pipeline system. And when you go for it, rather than, like, let's say you average 1 to 3 to 5 people a month, somewhere between 1 and 5 people a month. So that either gets you somewhere between Success Club 2 and Success Club 10. You're like, well, that's probably not enough to finish in the top 100 of Team Cup, even if I have a team that's all doing that. But what if your 1 to 3 to 5 people each brought you 1 to 3 to 5 people to 10 people? Because that's what pipelines are, is you empower 1 to 3 to 5 people, which a lot of you have been doing anyway. But now those people, it's in their best interest to promote you to their network. It gets really fun, really fun. So a couple of shout outs, like Michaela and Ria are both, I would have never met them if it wasn't for me setting up a pipeline. So I got one person who was my chiropractor. Kirsty's talking about chiropractors earlier. And she trusted me enough to promote me and my challenge groups to all of her clients. And some of her clients, one was Ria, one was Michaela, and they said yes at different times when it was time for them. And the rest is history. Now I got people through Ria that, like Rachel, who's a brand new coach on our team, who I would have never met if I hadn't set up a pipeline. So if you're a type of coach that, like, hey, I see Susan, she's got a baby in her arms. Like, I know a lot of people your moms, and you're like, hey, my capacity right now is about 1 to 3 to 5 people a month. And if you can empower those people to bring you people, guess what? You're working just as hard. Like, you're not having to work 10 times harder to get to Success Club 50. You're just empowering the people you would have already contacted to bring you people. And so working the same kind of effort is actually just being way more effective. So that's what pipelines is. If you haven't got kind of the introduction of what it is, check out kind of some intro videos that we did. But tonight is all about, all right, so you got the steps. I want to do pipelines. That sounds good. It makes sense. I really see the possibilities of pipelines. But now what? Like, I know I should talk to people and go with offers, I think, but I've never done that. Like, what does it look like? What are the steps to actually get pipelines flowing? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I want to go to Michaela real quick because she's kind of in the early stages of pipeline formation. Michaela, talk to me about deals you have working. And as far as I know, they're not fully functional yet, but she's like, no, they're totally not. But where are you in the process? Kind of where are you currently as a pipeline architect? Where are you in the process?
So for the girls who haven't been hearing me, there's a coffee shop local to here that has like an indoor play place for kids. So I've been working with, sorry, I got a text right as I was saying that. I've been working with the owner of there to get in. She also has like a little space or a meeting room. So I'm working with her to try to figure out a way to do kind of fit club type thing there. So the moms can come, we can get a quick half-hour workout in, kids can play, and then we can hang out and have coffee. So I'm going to meet with her on Thursday. I had to postpone because of sick kids. That's mom life. So that feels like it's pretty good, but I haven't closed it, so I'm not going to celebrate it yet. But through her, she also has what she calls a VIP group on Facebook, and it's all just people who regularly go to the coffee shop. It's not just her business page. It's more to connect us as a community. And she lets it's pretty much all moms. I don't think there's dads. Lets us post our businesses. And so the other day there was a post and there was about 10 to a dozen different women posted their businesses. So I kind of Facebook stalked their business to see if I thought it was a good fit. And the ones that were, I just sent them a Facebook message like, hey, we're both in this group together. I'm looking to do, to partner. I'm a fitness coach. I'm looking to partner with somebody who does whatever they did, cosmetics. One lady sells accessories, and I actually got a couple responses back. So after this call, I have a call with one lady who is a seamstress, and she wants to partner with me to help upcycle clothes as women outgrow them when they lose weight. So I feel like I have a few things in the works. I just want to make sure that I actually close them and get them to work.
Yeah. Very cool, Michaela. That's awesome. Way to take an initiative to get them set up. And we want the finished product, them to just sending you people, but it does take some initial setup to get them going. And I want you to, if you're new to pipelines, wrapping your brain about what is it actually going to take. I really like the word architect, because an architect can see the finished product before it's even built, right? Like, they make the plans, they know how it's going to come together, and then they empower builders, they empower the owners of the building to make it come to life. So just be an architect, see it for what the possibilities are, and then the skill comes in. Can you translate the plans in your head to something that actually gets built? Kirsty, I don't know if you're around, but I want to go to you because you've been setting up some pipelines too, but maybe running into a little bit of resistance. So there's nothing wrong with that, because at least you're on the court working to get them set up. But you shared a funny text with me, girls, like, yeah, I don't think I could ever send anybody to you. I'm like, should I keep pursuing this? Like, probably not. But just talk to me about kind of where are you in the process of getting them set up, and then maybe what resistance are you running into as you're starting to have these conversations?
I'm kind of the same as Michaela. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you sound
Okay.
good.
So yeah, at first I reached out to a couple people. I feel like one of my not issues is, but I feel like if I'm reaching out to people, I don't know, depending who it is, some people that I know that are more friends, I don't feel like they're good friends, but I don't feel like they're as serious to get it done.
Yeah.
But if it's, so like the other night, Michaela said something about like, if I reach out to people I don't know and they say no, then it's like, okay, like no big deal. But then if you ask your friends and they're like, no, not so much, there's that kind of like awkward, like you're like, I hope no one feels super awkward in this. So
Yeah.
I kind of did what you did and reached out to some random people
Yeah.
and decided that I would try that. And I had the 2 responses, and then I have some other people that I just reached out to earlier today too, to kind of see if they were interested. And one of them actually wrote back and said, yeah, that seems so interesting. I'd love to do that. I also have someone else that I just met that would probably want to jump in on that too. So I was like,
Wow.
oh, well, that's cool.
Nice.
So
Yeah, you like a power triangle, all 3 of you. Totally.
yeah, so we're going to chat and see how that goes. But that was probably one of my holdbacks. And then, I mean, no one wants to hear, no, I really like, but you can either get frustrated about it or just move on. So
Totally. So a couple things there just to unpack. Like I really get like if you go to your friend, you're like, hey, I love this. I really think we could help each other. And they're like, no. Then it's like, you just kind of said that, like, do you not trust me? Like, I'm really excited about this. And it's just a little bit, leaves the relationship in just an unsettled place. And it's definitely more easier to go to a business relationship, somebody who maybe you already do business with, or somebody who you just see as somebody trying to grow their business and you could align to do it with them. And I think that's the first point when you're going to set out and create a pipeline is you need to understand that someone's not going to say yes unless there's something in it for them and something in it for their client.
wiser.
Okay? So really think about if you're approaching somebody with an opportunity, and not just because it would work out for you because you get clients, but like if you're putting yourself in their shoes and they would actually say yes to what you're offering them, would it be worth their time? And would it be worth their client's time? So in the example of Michaela's seamstress, would it be worth her time to send you people? So her people that she knows have probably gotten alterations with her, perhaps are already on a health and wellness journey. Maybe she's done like wedding gowns, right? Maybe the wedding's still coming up. That would be tremendous. Or she's done it in the past and then people know of her as that. So now that could be in the conversation. Here's what else happens. So let's say she does alternations for a wedding gown. Because I don't know, people don't just get their t-shirts altered, right? But people get like something that's really important to them will get altered or repurposed, right? Maybe someone like a passed down to generation, they get repurposed somehow. And so if you help them fit into something that maybe they've lost weight, they don't fit into it anymore, and now they do, and they wear it with a source of pride, guess what? That social media post that person will post, because guess what? They lost weight with Michaela, and that piece of clothing that is so special to them that they paid a seamstress to get altered fits and looks great. Man, they are shouting both your names out, right? So there's viral marketing that comes from you working together. Okay, and especially Michaela, if you can get in on the wedding kind of referrals, like somebody, hey, I want my mom got married in this wedding dress. Can you get it altered? My wedding's this summer. Yeah, and actually, if you as they're taking measurements and they're complaining about weight, hey, I'm actually partnering with a fitness coach that if you wanted to get in shape for your wedding, we could actually hold off on this and create your goals around where you're going to be there. And you'll get a free something, whatever you negotiate with the seamstress, that she'll, I don't know, whatever you guys want to create. But like, brides are very motivated for their weddings. And then a lot of times brides will pull in their entire wedding party. Hey, let's create a group. You and your wedding party, and we'll all like work together, and then do a kind of a promotion with the seamstress. So I think that's familiar. So whoever you're going to, like, I wouldn't have thought of seamstress, right? It's kind of, but she almost like brought it up to you, right? Am I right about that,
Yeah,
Michaela?
because she manages social media for her friend who does candles, or not candles, accessories, and a nail salon.
Yeah.
And that's what I went to her at, was mostly the nail salon piece.
Totally.
And she's like, oh, actually, I just manage the social media. I don't do that, but I'm a seamstress. And
she got it.
so she totally presented the concept.
Wow. So that's a great pipeline partner. So she sees an opportunity, like when you brought it up, it presented as an opportunity for her and not just you asking her for something. And then also an opportunity for her clients. So when you're talking with pipeline partners, really create it as an opportunity for them and their clients, as a way you can work together. So I actually want to share my screen. I'm going to try this whiteboard mode, which this might not turn out well. We'll see how it turns out. Whiteboard. Nope. Whiteboard. No, I actually don't want a whiteboard. I want to share my screen, not a whiteboard. Let's try that again. Share my screen. All right. So I made this. I actually didn't make this. Okay. I hired somebody to make this. So do you guys know Kathleen Riley in our group? She is a professional organizer. Her business is called Order Your Chaos. I swear she is the best money I've ever spent on my business. So she's like $20 an hour, but the amount of work that she gets done in an hour is absolutely incredible. So I had just a whiteboard conversation, and she like translates from like my vision and breaks it down into language hopefully you guys will understand, in a way that it would duplicate. So if you want to outsource stuff, I would highly recommend her. But let me zoom in here. All right. All right. So the first step is identifying a potential power partner. All right. So you have to get through this first one. So your step one is, would this person even be a potential power partner? Like if I'm going to a landscaper, like my brain can't really like figure out how to make that work. Or a plumber, you get a free toilet, or that's wrong, right? Like that doesn't make sense. But a lot of the health and beauty synergy, you're like, okay, like florist. Like how would florist work? Well, if it's a wedding thing, maybe, or if they're getting in shape for a school dance or something like that, they would get corsages paid for, something like that. They would, if a husband loses it, he would get a free bouquet for his wife, something when he reaches a milestone, right? Or something like that. So a florist, you're like, your brain kind of, hey, this is how it could work. So when you're thinking about people, just start to check out these boxes. Evaluate the mutual benefits with this partner. So would it work for you and them and their clients? And does the kickback, because like a photographer, if you think about it, that would be great, but like, what would they get for $50? Like, do they get prints? So you have to find something that, because you don't want to give away more commission than you want it to cash flow, right? So do they have something to offer that your client would want that would be less than $50? And then other things, have I used this business? Like, is there already that place to start from? Hey, I'm already their client. And then how do you plan to reach out? Is it just total blind email? Hey, I'm a fitness coach. I found your email or found your business through blank. I have an idea of working synergistically because my clients could use blank. Would you be open to a conversation regarding a partnership? You know, they could say yes, they could say no, right? So what is your plan to reach out? Michaela actually went to the coffee shop, and she's like, went there during a kind of a dead time and talked to the right person. So what is your plan for the reach out? So start here and check out these. Once you have these kind of 4 things done, then you can move to the next step. So your first step in getting a pipeline up and running is kind of these 4 things. All right. So I have this board built. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. But if you had like 10 pipelines and they're in various phases, like some people might be already step 4 and some step 1, you could build out. And then so like partner 1, partner 2, they would have different colors. So your goal is to move them into step 5. All right. So potential. How do you actually make contact with the person that can make the decisions? Because just because you go to a business and you're like, hey, I have this idea, you talk to the front desk lady, you know, he or she might not like be able to give you any answers or pull any strings, right? So do I have a way to contact this person? Have I dealt with the gatekeeper? So do they have their contact information available on their website? Do you have the right email? Do you have the right phone number? Have you looked them up on Facebook? Have you Facebook messaged them? You know, and then also, do you have your pitch ready? Hey, I'm a fitness coach. I'm looking to collaborate with a business like blank to offer my clients blank. Would you be open to a partnership like that? They say yes or no. All right, and then have you got past the gatekeeper to talk to the person that you need to talk to? And then within that, did you set up a time, a phone call, you know, like emails only get you so far. Like you can't really negotiate and get there unless you're talking to a person. So the thing is, either go to their place where you can have a sit-down one-to-one meeting with them, or at least a phone call. All right, so your goal is to have a pitch. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Michaela's gave great example. Hey, like I'm a fitness coach. I'm looking to collaborate with whatever they are to offer my clients whatever service they provide that would make sense for people on a health and fitness journey. Are you open to a partnership like that? Great. When could we talk about it? Or when can I come over and we could just see if there's potential there? Okay. So once you get to step 1, step 2, you got to arrange an offer. So this is the negotiation. And a lot of people get stuck here. Okay, so you got to make an offer. You and them have to kind of get what, if they send you someone, or if you send a client and they choose that offer, what bonus do they get? Okay, so for me, is it, you know, a massage therapist, they get a 45-minute massage, which is $45. So they come in through them. The deal is that on their first week, they're going to get a massage, and they're also going to get talked about the opportunity for massage care while they're on a long-term fitness program. Okay, so they're going to get a 45-minute massage as the offer. So whatever your offer, so your seamstress, you're going to have to like negotiate that. Say, hey, I have $50. A lot of the time people, they'll go way over $50 even though you're only paying them because they want to get involved in what you're offering. Also tips like they get something up front and then they also get something they earn because of the social media, the virality that creates. Like the deal that I have with the what's the nail people called? Nail people? Nail technicians? Do they have a name? I don't know. Sorry, this is my brain. But they get a manicure upon the deal being offered to get them excited about that they started, and then they get a pedicure when they lose 10 pounds. So then we call it their victory toes, and guess what? They earn those. They're really excited to talk about their 10 pounds they've lost, and they're showing off their toes, and guess what? Now their toes everybody I know this is that. There's a story involved. Hey, I'm working with this fitness coach, and I actually earned this because I've lost 10 pounds. I'm really excited for where I'm going. Also, that helps you continue to, they don't fall off after a week or after 2 weeks. They actually are wanting to keep going because they want to unlock the offer that they don't have to pay for. Okay, so now you have an offer. You're like, great, this is gonna work. This is gonna be amazing. But guess what? Your power partner, they get busy. They get busy running their own business. So I found that you have to make it very easy for them to actually offer it. So if they have a brick and mortar business, one thing I found is creating a flyer that they can do right where they pay. So actually it just gets brought up to them. Okay. So for me, like getting a flyer created, getting a way for them to actually send people to you, getting either a quick Google form, or if you have your own website where they have a custom landing page where they can come in through there, have a graphic for their flyer, and then print and distribute flyers. Because if I give the business owner a flyer that they can hang right where they pay or where their clients can see why they're waiting, guess what? It's actually going to happen. And a lot of times, otherwise, they might make one post on social media. Hey, I'm working with this fitness coach, and you get this. And then it never gets talked about again. You're like, gosh, I did all that work to set it up. And it's not really flowing, right? So if your pipeline partner is willing to create an email to send out to their clients, if they have an email list, if they're willing to put a flyer up. So if you are interested in getting a flyer created, I have a guy who will do it for $50 for you and make it, you get a couple revisions. So your job, make it easy for your people so it actually happens. Okay. And then now let's say the flyer's created, how do they actually send them to you? And then how do they make it? So if you're interested in my graphic artist, the one that charges $50, all he does is like he makes you do like kind of a tagline at the front, and then a kind of a symbolistic picture, and then your offer and their offer, you put it on the flyer, and he just does it. Like, so all I do is he has like a checklist. I am working on just creating a form for all of you. If you wanted to just fill out the form, work with your pipeline partner, he creates it, and you're like, wow, that was amazing. And then it's just done. So it's not stopping you. Okay. So once you have the flyer, you have the offer, the person you're pipelining with is like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, we got to launch it though, right? Like you have to like get it there. So a lot of the times it's hard for your pipeline partner to refer you, to talk about you. They've never experienced what you're all about. So sometimes, so does your I say the power partner experiences Farm Strong coaching. So like Dr. Jess, the chiropractor, is my client. Diane, who does the Nail Palace, she's in my group. Kathleen, who's the Organized Chaos, she's my client. So how do you get people who they like want to refer to your people, but then it's like, are they really behind you? I think this is kind of the first test for them to really like get behind you. And a way to do that is trade their services. So like, hey, like I want to promote you. I want to promote you to my clients, because otherwise, why are you partnering them if you don't, recommend them? But you say, hey, would you be willing to trade? So now your seamstress, your challenge pack's 160. You're like, hey, I'm actually really curious of what you do. Would you be willing? I don't know if you are wanting her for any, Michaela, for like your boys stuff, but maybe you could trade $160 of her services for $160 of your services. Also, you get $50 back on that, and you don't have to pay out another pipeline, right? So that's a way to get them as your client. Because guess what? If they're your client, you get to like impact their life every single day. And guess what? Now they start talking about you. So the best way for them to keep bringing you up to their clients is you give them great customer service and give them a personal result. So one, they're going to want to, because the more success they have, they're walking billboards for you. And then everybody who asks them about what you're up to, they get a cut, right? So if you're Michaela, to keep going back to your seamstress thing, she loses, I don't know if she has health goes, but let's say she wants to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds. People notice, and her clients are noticing, oh, you look great. What are you doing? Yeah, that deal I'm working at. If you're there, like, it's just so natural for her to bring you up now. So you want the pipeline partner to be your client. And a lot of them will want to. A lot of them will want to test you out the way you testing them out. Also, be willing to trade services to get the ball rolling on that. Okay? Cool. So now you need to know how to serve them, because they're like your VIP clients. Because guess what? If they're happy, oh man, they're talking about you. You know, Rhea, you know, she looks amazing, and guess what? Even they might become coaches, right? Rhea is an amazing coach because of her results that she's earned. Your pipeline partners might send you a couple people, and then all of a sudden become a coach. Now you've already got them running, and you can just work on your next pipeline. All right, but you want them to get results. Everything is so much easier if they're starting to just rave about what you offer. Okay, and then lastly, the referrals are excited to try them out. Like people are excited to get a massage to sign up. You know, people who are on the fence, when I say, hey, I got this deal with Nail Palace, I got this deal with chiropractor office, which one would you want? Now all of a sudden you got 3 or 4 power partners, and they get to have a choice of which one. And then all of a sudden that you're sending them people sometimes first. Like Michaela, I know you have a MOPS group, right? Like people who are interested. What if you have 3 or 4 businesses that you recommend, and all of a sudden you said, hey, I've got this deal in February. I'm working with other businesses as part of this 1-ton challenge. As an incentive to sign up, I have this, and this offer. Which one would you like? Oh, wow, like this one. I would love to come out, hang out with you on a Saturday and drink coffee. That group sounds awesome. Great, let me sign you up for that. And then you send, hey, I got a referral for you. Guess who's way more excited to talk to you? You're like, whoa, this fitness coach just sent me somebody first. You know? And then guess what? Sometimes it takes you priming the pump a little bit to get it to flow. Okay? So that's the thing. You want them to win. And then also by you having an offer like that, to get the thing flowing, and then have it so a launch sequence. Hey, my group starts February 12th. So if we're going to promote your offer, we need to start advertising it February 1st. And then we're going to close it down on the 5th. And we're only going to offer it maybe the first week of the month. We offer your offer. And so you can create whatever you want, right? But have a launch plan ready for them. Have flyers ready. Have an email written for them. Dr. Jess sends out emails. I write them for her. I make it so easy for her. But guess what? Like, it's worth it. I get so much business from it. So make it easy on your power partner. Okay? And then the last one, they launch, they're sending people to you. How do you motivate them to send you, man, because they're going to test you, maybe send you some of their best clients. But all of a sudden, what if they send you, like Dr. Jess sent me Rhea, who lost over 85 pounds. And guess what? Because of that, like people like Michaela, I'm using Rhea's success story in her offer. Or maybe Michaela says yes because of that. So how do you keep them motivated to keep doing it? So here are some of my ideas. You can create a private Facebook group just for your power partners. Let them all kind of network with each other, refer each other as kind of a way, as like a local networking group where we're just kind of this big power team. All right. You can create leaderboards and recognition for people who send you the most thing. Maybe somebody sends you 5 to 10 referrals in a month. They trigger an extra bonus just for them. So you create a comp plan for your power partner, because right now you're giving them $50 per referral. But if they send you 5, maybe you give them something else. Maybe you actually buy something from a different power partner and you give it to them. So you're actually cross-pollinating and helping everybody win more, right? Lots of ideas. Like I own a limo, so I'm gonna do in February. Anybody local sends me 5, maybe I'm gonna do it 10 people. I'm gonna take them and a date out on a limo ride. Doesn't cost me hardly anything other than my time. It might be something, if somebody's like at 4, they might work to send an extra email, but it might turn into 10 people. That might fire them up to send you more people. Cool. And you just want to keep a carrot in front of them. Why now? Do they know that 80-day obsession is a thing? Do they know that in summer there's something else new? Different seasons might, wedding season might, you have to give them tools. You have to equip them on how to actually send them to you. Because guess what? You're the fitness coach. But you actually have to train them on how to promote you. So, and you have to motivate them. You have to train and motivate them how to promote you. So that's the thing, these 5 steps. And if you're stuck, where are you? And then it's like, where can I help? Are you, a lot of people, I think, Michaela, you're kind of in this 1 and 2, and you're in this step 3. All right. That's totally fine. Just keep moving. Step 4 and step 5, and keep them going. And then once you do it once, you're going to get how it works. You're going to get your kind of style with it. Add power partner 2, add power partner 3. Just keep setting them up. So, we lost some people. Anyway, that's kind of my steps. Was that helpful? Did I give you any ideas? Any questions too? No questions? Cool. Just keep trying it. Get on the court with it. Communicate with me what's happening, and I'll make that board public so you guys can have a copy of that. It's just kind of moving, or a checklist: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And then just, okay, Andy, I'm kind of stuck here, or I'm having a breakdown here, or power partner's not making me a priority. Okay, let's pull some different levers. And we'll get with it. So not everybody says yes. Some people do say yes. They don't quite get it. But, talk to 10 people, 5 say yes, 2 turn out to be rock stars. That 80-20 rule, that 20% of your people are going to send you 80% of your business. Same thing with power pipelines. You're going to set up 10 people, 2 out of your 10 are going to send you 80% of your leads. But guess what? It's worth it. You'll get a one hell of a partnership, and then treat those people extra special. Really reward the people who start rewarding you. Take care of them. So that's what I got for today. Hope that was helpful. Any questions? Michaela, I'll let you get to your phone call. But cool.
Cool.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Good call, and I'll post the recording when I can. Ask questions in the comments, or tag me if you're watching this later and I didn't answer something you were wondering about. But go put it in action. Don't just think about it. Get on the court and try stuff. Move people through the checklist. That's my best advice, is just put it into action. And then we're going to talk about that more next week, because we're going to keep doing it until these pipelines are flowing, because that's a fun place to be. All right, you guys, have a great night. We'll talk soon.